Hello, and welcome to this Miklix video where I'm going to show you how to defeat the boss called Rakshasa in Eastern Nameless Mausoleum in Elden Ring. As you probably know, bosses in Elden Ring are divided into 3 tiers. From lowest to highest, field bosses, greater enemy bosses, and finally demigods and legends. Rakshasa is in the lowest tier, field bosses, and is found in the Eastern Nameless Mausoleum in the Land of Shadow. He is an optional boss in the sense that he does not need to be defeated in order to progress the main story of the Shadow of the Erdtree expansion. This boss turned out to be harder than he looks, but I find that is often the case with these Nameless Mausoleum bosses. As usual, it's not possible to summon spirits for help in these mausoleums, so I had to put my own tender flesh on the line and not rely on someone else to take the beating for me. The boss is a fairly fast and agile humanoid who wields a very large katana. The game calls it a great katana, but I don't know what's so great about it. Being on the receiving end of it certainly doesn't feel great. They should have called it horrible katana instead, but that probably wouldn't be good for sales at the katana shop. Anyway, he will use said katana to do some very wide-reaping swings and also do jumps with overhead attacks. Due to the size of the katana, both of these attacks have much longer range than one might expect. Or perhaps I'm just really bad at judging distance. Based on the number of big fat holes I tend to slice in the air, that may actually have something to do with it. What I found worked best on this boss was to focus on keeping a distance from his attacks and then, when small openings presented themselves, hit him back with a jumping attack, as that would stagger him for just a half second, which was long enough to gain some distance again. Regular attacks would not interrupt his attacking and he does way too high damage for me to attempt to tank it. When the boss gets to less than half health, he will shamelessly copy my signature move by trying to gain distance to chug a healing potion. Fortunately, he only has one potion, so he will only do it once, but it's still annoying to see his health bar go up again. But I guess now I know how bosses feel when they fight me. Not that I really care about how they feel when they're standing in the way of my glory, but it's kind of fun to know how annoyed they must be. By continuing to get in a jumping attack when opportunity presented itself, and only getting hit by the big katana about half the time, I eventually managed to get his health all the way down and claim sweet victory in glorious battle. And now for the usual boring details about my character. I play as a mostly dexterity build. My melee weapons are the Rivers of Blood and the Uchigatana with keen affinity. I was level 215 and Scadutree Blessing 15 when this video was recorded, which I think is reasonable for this boss. I'm always looking for the sweet spot where it's not mind-numbing easy mode, but also not so difficult that I will be stuck on the same boss for hours. Anyway, this is the end of this Rakshasa video. Thanks for watching. Check out the YouTube channel or Miklix.com for more videos. You could even consider being completely awesome by liking and subscribing. Until next time, have fun and happy gaming!